A friend looks at you with genuine concern and asks a question you've heard thousands of times. How are you? You open your mouth to answer, but nothing comes. Not because you're hiding something, not because you don't trust them. For just a few seconds, your mind searches for an emotion that refuses to appear. You settle for the safest answer. I'm fine. The conversation continues, but something about that moment stays with you. Later that night, you're lying in bed wondering why such a simple question felt so difficult. You're not heartbroken. You're not exactly happy either. You're functioning. You go to work, reply to messages, laugh when everyone else laughs, and do everything you're supposed to do. So why does it feel like you're watching your own life from a distance? That quiet mystery has fascinated psychologists for decades, and one psychiatrist stumbled upon it in a way that completely changed how we understand emotions. In the early 1970s, psychiatrist Dr. Peter Sifneos at Harvard Medical School began noticing something unusual. His patients weren't struggling to remember events. They weren't detached from reality. Many were highly intelligent, successful professionals. Yet every therapy session seemed to reach the same invisible wall. Whenever he asked, "What were you feeling?" the room became silent. Not because they refused to answer, because they genuinely couldn't. One businessman spent nearly 20 minutes describing an argument with his wife. He remembered every detail, the exact words, the time of day, where they were sitting, even what they had eaten before the argument. Then Dr. Sifneos interrupted with one simple question. "And how did that make you feel?" The man stared at him. Several seconds passed. Finally, he replied, "I don't know. I never thought about that." At first, Dr. Sifneos assumed these patients were avoiding painful emotions. But after meeting hundreds of similar people, he realized something remarkable. They weren't avoiding emotions. They couldn't identify them. He eventually introduced a term that is now recognized throughout psychology: alexithymia. Literally, it means no words for emotions. Despite what many people believe, alexithymia does not mean someone lacks feelings. It means the connection between emotion and awareness has become weak. The feelings still exist. The brain simply struggles to recognize and describe them. This discovery raised an even bigger question. How does someone lose touch with something as natural as their own emotions? The answer often begins years before adulthood. Picture a child who falls and starts crying. Instead of hearing, "Tell me what you're feeling," they hear, "Stop crying." Another child becomes frightened. Instead of comfort, they're told, "Don't be so sensitive." Another feels disappointed after failing. Instead of discussing the emotion, everyone immediately focuses on fixing the problem. None of these moments seem life-changing. But together, they quietly teach the brain a powerful lesson. Your feelings are less important than your performance. Your emotions slow you down. Keep moving. Keep achieving. Keep everyone else comfortable. Over time, the brain adapts. Instead of asking, "How do I feel?" it starts asking, "What needs to be done next?" And at first, this adaptation looks like strength. You're calm during emergencies, reliable under pressure, the person everyone depends on. People admire your composure, but they don't see the hidden cost. Because emotions don't disappear when they're ignored. They simply stop reaching your conscious awareness. Think about the last time you snapped at someone over something small. Maybe it wasn't really about the dishes, or the traffic, or the unanswered text. Maybe your nervous system had been carrying weeks of stress that never had the chance to be acknowledged. Psychologists call this emotional suppression, and it's very different from emotional regulation. Healthy regulation means recognizing an emotion before deciding how to respond. Suppression skips the first step entirely. The emotion is pushed aside before your mind even notices it's there. The strange thing is, suppression often works, at least in the beginning. You become productive, focused, independent. People describe you as strong, but your body keeps a record of everything your conscious mind ignores. Years later, some people begin experiencing constant muscle tension, unexplained fatigue, difficulty sleeping, a racing heart during ordinary situations. Medical tests come back normal, yet something still feels wrong. Researchers have increasingly recognized that chronic emotional suppression can contribute to persistent psychological distress and may also influence physical well-being through prolonged stress responses. Then another scientist entered the conversation and changed everything. Neuroscientist Antonio Damasio studied patients with damage to parts of the brain involved in emotional processing. What he discovered surprised the scientific world. Many of these patients still had normal intelligence. Their memory worked, their language worked, their reasoning worked. But something unexpected happened. They struggled to make even simple decisions, choosing between two appointments, deciding what to eat, knowing whom to trust. Logic alone wasn't enough, because emotion isn't the opposite of reason. It's one of the systems that helps guide it. Without emotional signals, the brain can analyze endlessly without knowing which choice actually matters. That means your emotions aren't obstacles to clear thinking. They're part of the compass that helps you navigate life. So if you've ever wondered why you feel strangely disconnected from yourself, the real question may not be, "What's wrong with me?" It may be, "When did I stop listening to what I was feeling?" Some behaviors that seem perfectly ordinary to autistic adults can surprise everyone around them, but each one has a psychological explanation. The video appearing on your screen now, Odd Behaviors Autistic Adults Have That Seem Normal to Them, will reveal the hidden reasons behind these fascinating patterns. Watch it next, and if you enjoy exploring human psychology, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new insight.